Jacob, St. Jeremy, Missouri.
Wyatt Springcamper, Bloomsdale, Missouri.
Mason Nix, St. Genevieve Elementary.
Gregory Amlong, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Bryce Schwint, I'm from the Lou.
Aiden Butcher, St. Genevieve, Missouri.
Jaden Reinhardt, Crystal City, Missouri.
Thomas PQ, Perryville, Missouri.
Jacob Schweigert, Perryville, Missouri.
Jacob Johns, Honolulu, Hawaii.
Tucker Reed, St. Agnes.
Dragons Country, let's ride.
Nathan Johnson, Kansas City, Missouri.
Devin Fly, Cape Girardeau.
Aiden Trollinger, Jitterbug Preschool.
Jack Farlow, St. Genevieve, Missouri.
Will Vaughn, St. Genevieve, Missouri.
Matt Schmidt, St. Gen, Missouri.
Anthony Bader,
Jordan Jacob, St. Jeremy.
Wyatt Springcamper, Bloomsdale, Missouri.
Mason Nix, St. Genevieve Elementary.
Gregory Amlong, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Bryce Schwint, I'm from the Lou.
Aiden Butcher, St. Genevieve, Missouri.
Jaden Reinhardt, Crystal City.
Check, check. And the opening kickoff by Brian Schwint, taken inside the 5-yard line after a bounce, and he's tackled at the 15-yard line. Good way to start the game there. For St. Genevieve is Isaiah Balsler. Breaks down, makes the tackle on kickoff team. And Kelly will start with 1st and 10 here on senior night for St. Genevieve. So Kelly Hawks come into this game at 4-3 against the 5-2 Dragons. St. Gen in their base 4-man front. And Kelly looks to go deep early in the game, and he got a receiver open. Looked like he made that catch inbounds. Good job there by the receiver, Graham, as he makes that catch for about a 31-yard gain and gets it out to the 46-yard line, as he had the defensive back Aidmeyer over here on the near side beat. I apologize, that was Gabe Willett, the linebacker. Manned up on the outside, and there is a reverse, and he's going to cut up. And from the wing-back position on the second play of the game, he's going to score from 55 yards out, and that is not a good start here for St. Gen. Two big plays from scrimmage right off the bat, and St. Gen comes out flat defensively here in the first half of their senior night football game. Kelly's going to line up, go for two. Oh, excuse me, they're going to go for one. And that's Ethan Graham, same guy who made the big catch on the first play from scrimmage. And snap, hold are good, so's the kick. So Kelly takes an early 7-0 lead. Not an ideal start here for St. Gen, but their offense will have a chance to even things up. here on their first opportunity of the game on this next possession. So they hit him deep with play action pass and a deep ball down the outside, little wheel route out of the backfield, and then come back the next play with a little wing back reverse counter play and hit it, cut it up inside. Good job by the running back reading the blocks, and he went in untouched. So Kelly's kickoff team set the kick. Back deep for St. John is Isaiah Balsler and Wyatt Springcamper. And Graham to do the kicking. And there's the kick. And they're going to kick it to Balsler. Balsler comes up, fields it just off the ground. Looked like his knee was on the ground, but they said it was not. And he is wrestled to the ground. Nice tackle there by Hunter Carlisle as he pulled Isaiah Balsler down with a wrestling move. But Isaiah, a pretty good wrestler in his own right. I'm sure he'll bounce back up and be ready to come back and make a similar move on the next tackling opportunity for him. So St. John's going to start this game in a no-back formation. They do have Aiden Butcher back this week, coming off of a head injury. Sat out a game and a half, and he's excited to be back on his senior night. They start with 3 to the right, and 2 to the left, and a bad snap picked up by Springcamper in the backfield, and he's going to be wrestled down way back at the 9-yard line as that ball appeared to be snapped early as nobody on the line moved except for the center. So that is going to go down as a 25-yard loss on that bad snap, and this is about as inauspicious of a start as you can get, as 2 offensive plays for Kelly result in a 85-yard touchdown drive, and 1 offensive play for St. John now results in a huge net loss as Aiden looks down the middle of the field deep, and they're going to get that back all and some more, and probably 6 points as Wyatt Springcamper fights his way for the pylon. Still no signal as they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 2-yard line, as it looked like the back judge was the one who decided he was out of bounds, but the side judge very unsure of himself over there. That's his call to make, but huge play there from the 9-yard line in their own territory on 2nd down and 36 to 1st and goal from the 2. So that's going to go down as an 89-yard pass play from Boyer to Springcamper, and they give to Butcher up the middle, and he's going to score. And that's going to cut the lead to 7-6. Both teams with a 2-play drive. I guess technically that was a 3-play drive for St. John if you count that bad snap. But good recovery there, as it looked like things were off to an awful start. But 1 play, a streaking Wyatt Springcamper down the middle of the field for a huge 89-yard gain, and now Bryant Schwint boots through the extra point with lots of room to spare, and St. John ties it up 7-7. So hopefully that was a wake-up call for the St. John Dragons as they come into this game a pretty heavy favorite against Kelly and kind of got punched in the mouth early, but we'll see how they respond. So Brian Schwint to do the kicking again. Last time pinned him deep inside the 15-yard line. See if we can do it again. Kickoff coverage was a point of emphasis for the coaching staff this week. First time down, much improved over last week, so hopefully we see the same type of coverage here on this one as Bryant boots it down to about the 6-yard line. Same spot as last time. This time he gets up past the 20 to the 25. Busted outside to the 30, to the 35, and he's going to be wrestled down by Mason Nix over there about the 36-yard line. Again, big return by Kelly, and that time not even touched until he got out to about the 34, 35-yard line where Mason started to wrangle him down. St. John's depth has really been tested throughout the course of this season. Just a lot of adversity, lots of injuries, lots of other things going on, and they just aren't very deep. And when that happens, your special teams kind of is the first thing to sort of deteriorate. As there's a pass down the middle of the field, and they got wide open receivers running down the field, but overthrown by Kelly, and St. John's going to have to shore up the back end of their defenses. They've now been burnt twice with the deep ball. Five-man front now for St. John. And they're going to fake the pitch and again run that little counter play on the inside. Good job that time by the defense, rallying to the football. And that was Gabe Willett there on the stop. That'll get credit with that tackle. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 for for Kelly. And it looks like Kelly's going to call a timeout. Came out, and no back set that time. And St. John was adjusted, stayed in their 5-man front, did not adjust and bump out of it. So we'll see if that changes Kelly's play call here, knowing that they're going to have a 5-man front against that no back formation. So this time St. John comes out in that 4-man front, bumps it to a 4-3, and Kelly drops back, and they throw out, find the receiver, that's Graham on the outside, and he's going to be tackled for about a gain of 5. Sorry, that was Caden Dunn, the tight end. Numbers are a little difficult to read here for Kelly as they got the white jersey with the thin black outlines over the white numbers. So the 1s and the 7s look alike, and the 6s and the 9s look alike. But we'll do the best we can up here, and it's 4th down and 5. And Kelly's going to line up in punt formation, and they're going to go ahead and kick it. And that's back to Mason Nix. Mason fields, fair catch. And they're going to say he caught it at the 22-yard line. So St. John will take over on their second possession of the game with a 7-7 tie ball game, looking to repeat the performance of last drive. St. John got Wyatt Springcamper back on the for the first time since week 3. Last game he was their leading receiver. I believe had 9 catches. And early in this game, that's who they're going to try to get the ball to. And there it is right there on the jet sweep. That's Wyatt Springcamper. And he's going to get about 8 yards on the carry that time. This time they go 3 to the right. Single receiver to the left. Aiden Butcher in the backfield. Looked like Aiden was rocking a little bit, but they didn't throw a flag, and he's going to break loose, and he might score. He's at the 40, he's at the 30, he's at the 22-yard line where he's tripped up on a shoestring tackle by Kelly. Otherwise, he had 6 more points for the Dragons. Big run there for Aiden Butcher. That's going to go down as about a 39-yard carry. Got 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Same formation as last time. Again, the handoff to Butcher. Butcher gets through the initial line, and he's going to get forward for about 4 yards on that carry. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. As St. John's offensive line getting a good push here early in this first half. Again, trips to the right. Split into the left. Butcher back by Boyer. Boyer looks to the sideline, as does the rest of the offensive formation. They get their play from the coaching staff. Butcher now goes behind Boyer in the pistol formation, and that's the fake, and then the run pass option, and Boyer pitches it out to Wyatt Springcamper, who gets about 5 more yards, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 for St. John. Nice looking play there by the Dragons. Little wrinkle on the triple option, and it takes away the risk of that pitch man because that becomes a forward pass rather than a lateral. So if it's not converted, like we've seen a few times this year with that pitch, it's not a live ball. So not as much risk involved in that play. And there is the outside run to Aiden Butcher, and he high steps a tackle, and he's going to get inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. Nice run there by Aiden. They missed him last week. He's going to get about 16 yards. Going to see a lot of action from number 14 and number 6 tonight, it looks like, as we expected coming into this game. Those two guys are going to see the Yeoman's bulk of the carries here as they hand off to Aiden Butcher again, and he's going to lose a yard that time as he's stacked up behind the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 2nd and goal from the 5. Two in the backfield this time as Jacob Johns joins Aiden Butcher. Tucker Reed split out right, Aiden Meyer to the left. Wyatt Springcamper in the slot. And there's the handoff to Butcher again, and Butcher's going to get wrangled down at about the 5-yard line. So he's back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And that'll bring up 3rd and goal for St. John. Obviously looking for the touchdown here, but definitely in field goal position if Coach Pope decides to go that route if this play is unsuccessful. Same formation as last time, same personnel. Boyer sprints out to the right. He looks like he's got the corner of the end zone pylon, and they're going to mark him just short. Tried to do a little pump fake there. I think he thought it was going to give him more room, but I think if he would have put his head down there, he probably would have got to the pylon. But either way, that makes it a shorter 4th down conversion, as it's now going to be 4th and goal from about the 1.5-yard line. Going to bring in Reinhardt, go back to a 1. Actually, they're going to go to a no-back set. Reinhardt goes out to join Devin Fly on the left side, with Butcher, Reed, and Springcamper going to start to the right. Looks like Jay Pope's going to decide to take a timeout here, make sure he's got the right play call on 4th down. A little surprised they're going no back here, but a lot of their formations start as no back and end up with either Wyatt or Aiden Butcher in the backfield with Boyer. So look for maybe something like that coming out of this timeout. And possibly get the ball to Wyatt Springcamper on the edge. Or a little RPO on a sprint out, possibly, with Boyer and Springcamper. All right, so they got it marked at the 2, so it's a full 2 yards to go. As they now go to their heavy formation. Springcamper and Johns as wingbacks, and Boyer pushes forward, and he is right at the goal line, and they're going to say he's short. So St. John's defense is going to come on the field, and they are going to have Kelly pinned up to their goal line, but that is a missed opportunity there by the St. John offense as they're unable to push it in. Offensive line got really good push up until they got inside the 5-yard line and then just was unable to continue moving the defensive line of Kelly, and Kelly with a big goal line stand here late in the first quarter. So, with a tie game, Kelly takes over inside their own 1-yard line. There's a handoff to the up back, and he is hit in the end zone and stacked up, and they're going to give him forward progress just outside. So they were started at about the half-yard line. Now they're at about the quarter-yard line. Good job by the Kelly running back fighting forward because he was not out of the end zone for sure when at first contact, but somehow managed to wrestle his way out of there. And St. John will have another chance here at a potential safety on this second down play. We got a tight end to the right, motion coming to the left, and there is the I formation, handoff to the fullback. Again, he's stacked up just past the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him about 1.5 yards. We'll call it 2. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 now from about the 3-yard line. Note that their snapper, or their punter, was about 12 yards deep on the snap. That would put him right at the end line. If they don't get any yards here, that makes it a very difficult situation for Kelly punting unit if St. John's able to hold them here on 3rd down. And that's going to make it even worse as that's going to back them up. Oh, no. They're going to say St. John was in the neutral zone, and that's a big 5 yards. Even if they don't get this on 3rd down, that 5 yards is huge as far as the execution of a punt and a snap go. That is not a good mistake there. There's not many good mistakes, but that one's a silly mistake. Okay, here comes the motion to the left. They hand it to the deep back, and he's going to get a 1st down. Big 1st down there for Kelly. And that was a good run there by number 25, Reese Eftink. Big kid, 6'1", 215, playing that tailback position. That's going to be a handful for those defensive linemen and linebackers tonight. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 17. All runs so far on this drive. They've had some success getting guys open deep in the St. John's secondary, so we'll see if they try to go back to that here. Back to the 5-man front for St. John, and there's the handoff, and he is swallowed up in the backfield as I don't know that anybody got blocked on that play. I don't know if that was miscommunication by Kelly, if the line thought they were blocking something and the backs ran a different play, but somehow St. John's defense came free just about across the board. So that'll bring it up 2nd down and 14 for Kelly. So Kelly comes out with trips to the right. They got a wing back to that side, and they run a sprint out to the right. Good pursuit there, and that's going to be close to intentional grounding. They're going to say that they did have a receiver in the area. But that was really good pursuit there by Dalton McBride, getting some more time on defense than he normally does. Usually he just plays offense, and tonight he's with the extra guy on the line of scrimmage. They're playing that 5-man front instead of the 4-man front against this offensive formation of Kelly. He's going to get a little more opportunity than normal tonight. Good job on that play by Dalton. Now they back off to the 4. Had Dalton back in the linebacker position on that one.
This is the first time I've ever seen up here where the board says no connected devices. Gotcha. Okay, on our bridge up here, we have full bars showing strength up here. Alright. Call me when you need something. Bye.
So things have slowed down a little bit here as we near the end of the first quarter. The first 2 possessions, 2-play drive for Kelly, 3-play drive for St. John. So 7-7 before the 2-minute mark. 2 minutes passed in the first quarter, and the game has been stalemated since then. St. John just missed a golden opportunity on their last possession as they were stalled inside the 1-yard line. Big goal line stop by Kelly, and now have an opportunity 3rd and 14 to get their defense back off the field. Kelly now goes quads to the right side of the field. Sorry, that's trips. Learn to count. Kyle. And that pass is incomplete. Does look like there was a little miscommunication between the tight end, Caden Dunn, and the quarterback, and it fell incomplete as it looked like he was expecting him to break in, and instead he broke out. So that'll bring up 4th and 15, and Mason Nix again back to receive the punt. Did a good job catching the last one, preventing that roll. And here Kelly gets off a short punt, and he's not going to get to that one because it is not very deep at all, and it's going to roll out of bounds on one bounce at the Kelly 38-yard line. So really good field position here for St. John, which is what you'd expect coming off a drive where you get stalled inside the 1. That's tough for a team to flip the field on you when you're out of the shadow of your goalpost like that. So St. John's going to start with a really good opportunity here to put some points on the board on this drive. 1 minute and 50 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Wyatt Springcamper goes in motion. Aiden sprints to the motion, and he finds Devin Fly, and Devin's at the 10. He's going to score. Touchdown, Devin Fly. They say he stepped out. Take that back. No touchdown. So say his left foot was out of bounds there inside the 5-yard line. And that's going to bring up 1st and goal from the 4. So again, this is where they stalled out on the last drive, right about in this area. And now they're going to run Springcamper in motion. They're going to bring him around, and he's going to try to bounce it to the outside. Looked like he might have had a seam there off the tackle, but decided to bounce it outside, and he's brought back for a loss at the 6. So he's going to lose 2 yards on that play. And St. Jen's red zone offense continues to struggle here in the first quarter. And here's the sprint out by Aiden to the right this time. He throws, and that's way high. Intended for Spring Camper as Kelly had him bracketed. Katie Balzer's watching from Columbia. Hello, Katie. How are you? And we're going to have 3rd down and goal from the 6. Looks like we're going to go with 1 back formation here with Aiden Butcher flanking Aiden Boyer. And Spring Camper is going to go in motion and join Aiden Butcher in the backfield. But again, we're going to have a timeout. Looks like sorry, sounds like a tornado, but Justin Ross just messing with my stuff. It's not working. Huh?
Not getting any feed. It's not sending to the sideline.
Why that is?
You never know with this thing. Could just be a bunch of interference too. Who knows?
I've got like full connection. All right, so 3rd and goal for St. John. This time it's Devin Fly that goes in motion from left to right. Call the freeze play. Get a read on the defense here, as they've got 4 receivers over 3 on the strong side of the field, and they got 1-on-1 over on the weak side. And Boyer is going to look to the middle, and Wyatt Springcamper comes across on the slant route, and that's going to be a 6-yard touchdown pass from Boyer to Springcamper, and St. John's going to take a 13-7 lead here at the end of the first quarter. As you hear the band play, St. John will shine. Always good to hear. There's the snap, the hold, the kick. It's good. 2 for 2 tonight for Bryant so far, and it's a 7-point game, 14-7 for St. John, as they prepare to kick back to Kelly. We do want to give you a heads up. We had talked about bringing the volleyball game to you on Monday. We're going to wait until Tuesday if we win. The semifinal game is Monday. The finals would be on Tuesday. We have a bracket for you that we'll talk about a little bit later towards halftime, but if St. John were to advance to the conference or district championship game, we'll bring that game to you on Tuesday from Park Hill Central, but that's going to have to be a pay-per-view game, as MSHSAA does not allow free broadcasting for district and playoff games. So we will get that information out to you as it comes available if you're interested in purchasing that. Bryant kicks this one to about the 10, and again, he gets out clean past the 30-yard line to the 34. So F-Tink again with the return.
Ball beyond the 33-yard line of the Hawks.
So Kelly takes over. They're going to come out in an I formation. St. John back to their 5-man front. Motion from right to left. Give to the deep back. And, ooh, good hit there, but didn't wrap up. That was from Mason Nix. And then Gabe Willett cleans up the mess there and stops him after about a 2-yard gain.
Second down for the Hawks. All beyond the 35-yard line of Kevin.
So good pursuit there by the Dragon team. Lots of green jerseys over there by the ball carrier. And it looks like that's going to run out the first quarter. And St. John's going to go into the break with a 14-7 lead. And Kelly will come out after the break with a 2nd down and 8 from their own 35-yard line.
Schweigert. It'll be second down. Pass complete. Pass incomplete to be third down.
Check, check. Check, check.
Seven by that time, number 24, Jacob Chapman. The first and 10 for the Hawks. The ball will be on the 48-yard line of Kelly. Second ball at time, number 25, Reese Empty. Tackle made by number 42, Justin Swint. Flag on the play. Personal foul. Face mask against the Dragons. The first down for the Hawks. The ball being on the 41-yard line. Ball at time, number 25, Reese Epstein, tackle made by number 61, Matthew Smith. It'll be second down for Kelly. Ball be on the 38-yard line of the Dragons. Getting the ball that time for Kelly, number 25, Reese Epstein. Touchdown, Kelly Hawk. After this is good. St. Joseph's 28, Kelly 14.
Not good. I don't have any audio. Check, check. Check, check. Check, check. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I've had all kinds of competing audio feeds and not quite sure where they're all coming from. One's coming from the huddle camera and one's coming from the sound box. So, anyway, what you missed here. So there's a turnover by Kelly. Hopefully you saw the video anyway. Inside their own 5-yard line. St. Gen recovered the fumble. Aiden Boyer ran it in for 3 yards to go up 28-7. And then Kelly on the ensuing drive, after a penalty on kickoff return, went 54 yards. For the touchdown, and now Aiden Boyer pulls again after they got the kickoff. And he's going to get about 5 on the quarterback counter.
Ball for the Dragons, number 14, Aiden Butcher, tackled by number 7, Colin Dunn. First down, St. Genevieve.
Check, check. Holy moly.
point after attempt by number 17, Brian Clinton, is good. St. Genevieve 35, Kelly 14. Ball out number 25, Reese Epstein. Tackle made by number 18, Charles.
Check.
9-yard line of Kelly, first and 10 for the Hawks. Pass incomplete will be second down.
Alright, I think maybe we just got it fixed. Sorry about that, folks. We had some competing audio issues, as you could probably tell at home. Lots of feedback, lots of interference, and they cut us off here from the audio box. So, St. Gen with the ball, 4 seconds to go here in the first half. Aiden Boyer rolls out. He's going to take it. He's going to get out of bounds, just shy of first down yardage. Now stick it down and shoot. I think just a little timeout on the board. And it'll be in the 49-yard line of St. Gen. Plenty of time. Clock stops with first down. And this time starting up to the right. Aiden Rose wide open on the sideline. That's Tucker Reed. That's He drops it. And we're third down and 1. Alright, Wade rolled out, turned out to the right, and he misses Spring Camper. Let's see why Spring Camper back in the game here. He was struggling with the ankle. And it looks like they're going to go for it, line up with an offense. 2-2 formation. Then fly motion to the back, try to get him outside. Works. Kelly gives him a free 5 yards and a first down here late in the first half, putting them in scoring position. Still having some audio issues out here. And Waiter takes it, throws deep, airs out, and Denver Fly never looked back to the ball. That was actually a pretty good ball. We're going to do it best at halftime. Right now it's second down and 10. We're going to try to rework some stuff here with these audio feeds and see what causes the issue in the background. I've been trying to look at some of these graphics and some of this audio, so we'll see if we can find a competing audio problem. But there's this route to the right, where throws kicks in front of Tucker Reed, and that's going to bring up another fourth down. Hear them sound like a robot. So, if you need to turn the light down, watch the video until we get halftime and I have a chance to get in front of this problem. There's a little screen pass there to Wyatt Spring Camper. Wyatt is going to try to turn up and get the first down, but he's going to be brought down short, and that's going to turn the ball over on downs. And Kelly will get the ball back with about 10 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Oh, I guess the down marker was wrong. It's now it's fourth down the stand. So, see who's out of bounds. The clock stops for 10 seconds to go. And Boyd rolls out to his left, and he looks down, and that's going to be intercepted. Oh, now I said incomplete, which is actually better for Kelly. That'll save them about 20 yards, and they'll have one play out here in the first half as there's 36 left on the clock. Feel it back of that. Feel it. It's on fire. Maybe that's my issue. What about now? Check, check. And that ball's way out of bounds for Kelly, and it's going to be the end of the first half. St. John leading 35-14 as he try to fix our audio issues before we get back to the third quarter. Check, check. Check, check, check.
Is 119 dinero.
That was freaking cute. I don't care who you are.
Okay, the ticket to them for the 50-50, 350-784. 350-784. Claim your $119.
Ow.
Check, check.
Missouri.
Thomas P.Q., Perryville, Missouri. Jacob Schweigert, Perryville, Missouri.
Jacob Johns, Honolulu, Hawaii.
Tucker Reed, St. Agnes.
Dragons Country, let's ride.
Nathan Johnson, Kansas City, Missouri.
Devin Fly, Cape Girardeau.
Aiden Trollinger, Jitterbug Preschool.
Jack Farlow, St. Genevieve, Missouri.
Will Vaughn, St. Genevieve, Missouri.
Matt Schmidt, St. John, Missouri.
Anthony Bader,
Jordan Jacob, St. John, Missouri.
Wyatt Springcamper, Bloomsdale, Missouri.
Mason Nix, St. Genevieve Elementary.
Gregory Amlong, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Bryce Schwint, I'm from the Lou.
Aiden Butcher, St. Genevieve, Missouri.
Jaden Reinhardt, Crystal City, Missouri.
Thomas P.Q., Perryville, Missouri. Jacob Schweigert, Perryville, Missouri.
Jacob Johns, Honolulu, Hawaii.
Tucker Reed, St. Agnes.
Dragons Country, let's ride.
Nathan Johnson, Kansas City, Missouri.
Devin
Jacob Schweigert, Perryville, Missouri. Jacob Johns, Honolulu, Hawaii. Tucker Reed, St. Agnes. Dragons Country, let's ride. Nathan Johnson.
All right, I'm trying to get rid of that squeal in the background. I think we got the primary problem fixed. But anyway, what you missed there, at least audio-wise, in the first half. So there's a block punt by St. Gen. I did not see who blocked it. I was busy trying to troubleshoot this issue. St. Gen recovered it inside the 5-yard line. Aiden Boyer ran it in from about the 3. And then Kelly got the ensuing kickoff. Got a good return. Penalty tacked on to the end. Took over 45-yard line on their own side of the field. Drove the ball 55 yards downfield on a big run play. Made it 28-14. And then at the end of the half, there was another touchdown run, I believe, by Aiden Boyer. And that made it 35-14. And then right before half, St. Gen got the ball into their territory, or into Kelly territory again, but stalled out with 3 seconds left to go. So St. Gen finished the half pretty strong. Good second quarter. They've played pretty well ever since that first drive of the game. So we look forward to this second half, and hopefully they can continue that momentum that they've built for the last about probably 18 to 20 minutes of this game and carry that into this second half. Wyatt Springcamper was on the bench getting his ankle tended to. In that first half, when we lost audio, he did come back towards the end of the half. It looked like it is the same ankle that he had missed several weeks with. Just came off of that a week ago, so hopefully he can hold up here in the second half without injury as Kelly starts the half by kicking it out of bounds. And St. Gen will start with good field position at their own 35-yard line here in the second half. Also, Mason Nix was out the entire second quarter. I do not see him right now on the sidelines. Oh, there he is. He is. His pads off, so it will be without their starting safety. One of their starting safeties here in the second half. which is a blow to them. Mason's been a really solid tackler for him on the back end of that defense. And they need all the help they can get back there with their coverage as Aiden Butcher breaks through the line on the first play of the second half. And he's going to get 13 yards and a first down. So let me know on the YouTube chat if you guys have issues with the sound. I know that there's a persisting squeal in the background that I'm not quite sure where that's coming from, but we have a run again by Butcher. He's going to get another 6 yards. Good carry there by Aiden. Good push up front by the right side of that offensive line. Thomas Piku over there, as well as Anthony Bader. So offense 2-by-2 formation here. Butcher in the backfield. We've seen a little more running there from Aiden Boyer in the second quarter. We'll see if that continues here in the third as the fake handoff. But Aiden Butcher took off, left Aiden Boyer, and Boyer takes the counter despite not having the play fake, and he's going to get about 12 yards and another first down for St. Genevieve. So good start to the second half for the St. Gen offense as they're moving the ball on the ground here to start this second half. All right, we got 2-by-2 formation. And Wyatt Springcamper motions to the backfield. They're going to give it to him on a jet sweep, and he's going to cut to the outside, and he's going to get another 9 yards, but they're going to get a hold on the outside. I'm surprised that came in from the white hat. I'm surprised that it wasn't thrown by the side judge as it happened right in front of him. But that hold on the outside definitely gave Wyatt the ability to get to the sideline and turn upfield before he went out of bounds. So good call there by the officials. And they're going to mark it about 1 yard beyond the line of scrimmage. So it'll be. Oh, now they take it back. So now they took it back 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. So it'll be first down and 20 as they'll repeat the down after the penalty. But again, a lot of room to run there for White. He had an option to cut it up inside. Oh, no. Nathan Johnson just kicked the ball and moved it forward about a half yard from where it was. Do that every play, would make some ground. Oh, and there's a bad snap. And somehow it comes back to Nathan. Sorry, that was Anthony Bader falling on the fumble. So St. Jen's moving backwards now. I don't know if Aiden wasn't ready for it. It was a little high. It was up at his helmet. And Aiden was not able to field it cleanly, but fortunate for the Dragons to get that ball back. And now they're way back in their own territory with second down and 27. We've seen a lot of really long down and distances here in tonight's game due to either bad snaps or penalties or just kind of weird fluky type plays on both sides of the ball. Quads this time to the right. Aiden Boyer steps up, throws off his back foot, and he hits his receiver. Good gain there of about 13. And that's going to make it a little more manageable situation, bringing up about a 2nd and 14. So a gain of 13 yards on that play. Got about half of it back. As Tucker makes his first catch of the game. So Reed and Springcamper to the right. Flyenmeyer to the left. Butcher to Boyer's left. Wyatt Springcamper comes in motion, and again a botched snap. Looked like it was low and to the right, but they call the play dead and call a false start. My gosh, this audio box has my speaking skills all sorts of messed up. But that was a advantageous false start there for St. Genevieve. as they lose 5 yards, but they maintain possession, as that was a snap on the ground until they blew it dead. So when St. John's run plays, they've run them successfully and gotten some yardage here in this third quarter, but lots of stuff going wrong, and that time really good defense there by Kelly. That's batted away from Wyatt Springcamper at the last minute. And now St. John's going to have to punt here at 4th and 18. Okay, they are going to line up in their offense. Now Aiden's going to back up. There's the snap. Again, early snap. I don't know what's going on here with the communication between the center and Aiden, but something is off as St. John shoots themselves in the foot over and over again on that first drive, and they end up having to punt the ball away to Kelly. A good punt there by Aiden as he's going to pin Kelly back on their 11-yard line, and that's where they'll take over with their first possession of the second half. All right, so we got a double tight formation here for Kelly, coming out in a pistol formation with a fullback to the left of the quarterback, and there's a hand to the deep back, and he's taken down well behind the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of 4 as Will Vaughn's back there came clean. Looked like nobody got a hand on him, and he makes that play 4 yards in the backfield. So again, Kelly starts out in a hole behind the chains. He's second down and 14 from their own 7-yard line. Back under center is the Hawks, and again tackled by Will Vaughn. This time he gets about 2 yards. Sure, Jeremy O'Brien was noticing that I said is the Hawks instead of are the Hawks. Sorry, Dr. O'Brien. I'll do better. And there's the pass out to the flat and wrestled down. Oh, and they're going to throw a flag.
Why would you do that?
That's Ethan Graham caught the ball out in the flat. Would have been a 4th down, and then the whistle hadn't blown yet, but they said Devin Fly was unnecessarily rough as he kind of hip tossed him to the ground. And they're going to mark that one off from the 15-yard line, so that'll go all the way up to the 30. And that'll be 1st and 10 for Kelly. It's one of those situations, his forward progress was obviously stopped. They probably should have blown the whistle dead, which would have killed the play and ended it, but they didn't. And Devin took him to the ground, but can't really hip toss him like that, especially after you got forward progress stopped. So anyway, Kelly takes over or continues their drive here at the 30. They get 6 yards on that first play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4. So St. John's defense is going to have to regroup after that penalty and come up with a stop again. 5-man line for St. John as they go low at the knees of Kelly, and somehow Eftink bounces it outside again, and he's going to get another 6 yards as he's had himself a really nice game here tonight against this St. John defense. All right, so double wing formation this time. They pitch it to the motion, and he's going to be stopped in the line of scrimmage. They're going to go ahead and give him 1 yard forward progress. Bring up to 2nd and 9, as that's a good tackle there by Justin Schwint coming from his middle linebacker spot. So this defense, ever since that first possession where they allowed that little counter wingback reverse for a touchdown, you've seen those defensive linemen really going low, diving at those legs, trying to take out those cutters, those cutting linemen. And there's that reverse play that we were just speaking of right there. And this time, St. John is all over it. They do not let him cut inside and had to contain on the outside. And they bring him down right at the line of scrimmage to bring up 3rd down and 9. So the defensive adjustment there to start diving at those legs is kind of taking away that part of this Kelly offense. But it also takes away the pass rush too. So a little give and take there. So we've seen Kelly have time and has thrown the ball deep several times tonight. And you're about to see another. Oh, nope. They decided to check it down. That's Eftink, the running back, coming across the field. And he's going to get about 16 yards and a 1st down. Looked like he was going to take a deep shot. He had a receiver in the middle of the field that looked open, but decided to take the shorter route and gets a good gain and converts a 1st down for Kelly. Pistol formation here for Kelly. And they're going to hand it to the deep back again, wrapped up in the backfield, and that's Justin Schwint. Really good tackle there. Also supported there by Carter Burr. One of our seniors we're celebrating here on senior night. We'll talk about those guys here as the second half goes on. Really good group of seniors. They've donated, or they've given a lot to this program over the last 4 years, and sad to see him go, but also as we got a screen being set up, well executed there, and broken tackles galore, and Efting's going to score, but there's a flag down, and I'm not quite sure what this is. Looks like it's coming back. The pass was behind the line of scrimmage, so it should not be illegal man downfield, which is what you see a lot of times on that type of play. Illegal. They called a timeout as they're going to talk about this. The timeout is due to an injury. It looks like Brian Schwinn is down. Oh, the penalty is going to be on St. John. So that touchdown's going to stand. Oh, never mind. Offsetting penalty. So they had called one penalty on both teams. So that's going to be a break for St. John. But of more concern right now, Brian Schwint still down on the field. Not only is he the starting safety, but he's also a all-state caliber kicker. Hits keep coming for this St. John football team. Just doesn't seem to stop. They just have injury after injury after injury and issue after issue after issue. Looks like Bryant's going to get up now to his feet as he looks to be favoring his left leg. So we hope Bryant is okay. As we're getting ready to replay 2nd down and 13. As Coach Bonnell, the head wrestling coach, looks on with some interest in that too. Hopefully it's not too serious. As Kelly comes back and again hit that crossing route to Dunn, their tight end. And he's going to get about 7 yards on 2nd and 13. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 6. So that's both starting safeties now for St. John on the sidelines with injury on a defensive backfield that has struggled recently, particularly the last 4 or 5 weeks, keeping the ball in front of them. So hopefully these young kids that are back there playing now, Isaiah Balzer I know is back there. He's had some varsity time the last couple weeks. Not sure who else is playing that second position right now since Bryant's out, but they're going to have to step up here. Got a big role to play here in the second half. As we can hopefully we'll get those 2 guys back before district play starts next week. But for right now, they're going to have to step up, and some of these younger kids are going to have to play. Second week in a row I let this happen. All right, so we are back. And there's the run to the outside by Eftink. Good pursuit this time by St. John's defense. And he's going to fumble. It's going to be scoop. Just fall on it, guys. They got it eventually. Took a few tries, but looked like they were going to scoop and score twice, and both times they ended up not gathering the football up, but eventually they fell on it anyway. All right, there's a snap. Aiden hands it to Butcher. Senior to senior. 7 yards. Aiden Butcher came into this game needing about 120 yards to go over 1,000, and he's probably pretty close to that. I don't have the stats in front of me right now. Hopefully we'll get those by the end of the game, but he should be right at the 100-yard mark. So we'll see if he can get there by the end of this senior night. He still has a full quarter left to play. Spring Camper in motion, run the counter to Butcher. Butcher breaks the first tackle behind the line of scrimmage. He fights for first down yardage, and he's going to have it right at the sticks, as they're going to go ahead and give it to him, I think. Yep. They signal to move the chains. 2-by-2 formation. Meyer and Fly to the left. Butcher in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff. He's going to get ahead for about 3 more yards. Trips to the right this time. Hayden Meyer split out to the left. Butcher in the backfield with Boyer. Sprint out to the right. Boyer stops. Goes some more. Makes a wise decision. Decides to throw the ball away. Nothing there. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. 4 down territory here. As Tyler Brown still down there working on Bryant Schwint. Looks like he's walking a little better now, so hopefully he's feeling okay. Not sure if he'll come back in the game or not, but definitely looks a little better than he did 5 minutes ago. Boyer takes a snap, and there's Butcher following the block of Bader and cuts inside. And he's going to get the first down. Looks like he gets about 8 yards on the play, and that may take us to the end of the quarter. The Dragons do not have to snap the ball here. There's about a 1 second difference between the play clock and the game clock, and I think they're just going to go ahead and use it and take it to the 4th quarter. Smart move by Coach Pope. He's got a 21-point lead. You have a chance to bleed the rest of that quarter off the clock. You want to take that opportunity. So real quickly, we will run through this senior loop, and we'll let you get a look at all of our seniors. Thomas Piku's done a good job on the offensive line. Has been a starter all year. Very consistent player. Aiden Butcher moved in late last semester and has been our primary rusher all season long. Has had a really good season. Missed the last game and a half with injury. Jordan Jacob has been injured a big part of the year too, but has contributed on the offensive defensive line. Same thing with Greg. Greg's had struggles staying healthy, but big part of that defensive line. Caden Fly, we've really missed him. He was such a huge part of our offense early in the season, and we'll see what his status is going forward. Carter Burr has been helping out quite a bit on defense at the linebacker position the last couple weeks especially. Matt Schmidt spot starts on offense and also plays a lot on the defensive line. Jaden Reinhardt at cornerback. Has had some big plays this year, and also as a receiver. Aiden Boyer, the quarterback, also obviously very important piece to the puzzle here, as we're going to have to cut back to the game, but we'll get to the rest of those in a minute. Okay, so to start the 4th quarter, we're going to have first down, 10 yards to go. Nobody in the backfield until now. Jaden Reinhardt comes across the formation. Boyer looks deep. He throws middle, and he's got Wyatt Springcamper. Looks like he had 2 receivers there that could have made that catch. Oh, sorry, that was Tucker Reed. So Tucker brings it in inside the 10-yard line, but we got another flag on the play. Had a lot of that this half. Right at the line of scrimmage, so look like holding, and that's exactly what it's going to be. So that'll back it up to about 2nd down and 20. And that 15-yard pass play to Tucker Reed's going to be null and void.
Personal foul against the Dragons. Game first down. Ball being on the 31-yard line of Kelly.
So they're going to call it 1st and 17, say the hold took place beyond the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to stop it. Side judge doesn't like what's going on here. He's going to come in and ask the white hat. And what looked to be a pretty clean first half of play has bogged down quite a bit here in the 3rd quarter and now into the 4th. The officials get together. They decide the ball's in the right spot, keep it at the 30-yard line. And St. John comes out in a trip set here, trips to the left. They throw to the weak side to Springcamper, and they had him man-to-man and the matchup that they really like. They take him man-to-man against anybody, as Kelly really overloaded that strong side of the field, as they've done all game, but usually Wyatt's on the strong side. This time they tried to get him isolated on the weak side, take advantage of that, but just couldn't connect with Aiden Boyer there on the pass play. So now Aiden Myers man-to-man on the weak side. And we've got Reed, Reinhardt, and Springcamper to the strong side. And now Aiden Boyer runs the quarterback counter off of a fake to Butcher, and he's going to get about 9 yards on that play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6. Definitely 4-down territory here, especially considering Bryant Schwint is on the sideline with a leg injury, their kicker. To be honest with you, I don't even know who their backup kicker is. Bryant's been the guy this year. Hasn't been anybody else take that position all season long. And there's the motion by Butcher. Butcher's going to cut it up inside. Good move, and he's going to bounce it outside now, and he's going to get to the 10-yard line before he's wrestled out of play by about 4 Kelly Hawks. But really strong running there by Aiden Butcher. Good cut inside, got upfield, got enough for the 1st down. Then once he got a little room to the outside, he cut it out again. And put St. John in a good position inside of the red zone. They'll call it 1st and 10. Chance to get the 1st down at about the 1-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 11. And there's Butcher with the run up the middle, and he is going to get right to the goal line. I think just enough for the 1st down, but not enough for the touchdown. So he's at about the half-yard line. And I think that run's going to put him over 1,000 yards for the season, which was definitely a goal of his coming into tonight. Was really looking forward to getting back in action tonight on senior night, so that he can be out there with his senior brothers. And he finishes that drive off with a 1-yard touchdown run. And St. John now has a 41-14 lead. Looks like Bryant's going to come out and kick here, still favoring that left leg. Toughness is not a question with number 17. Snap, hold, kick. is good, looked good. Looked like he got a good plant on that leg and was able to drive through with his right foot. And that's a good sign for St. John. It is now 42-14. I have no way to check the audio, so if somebody could let me know on the YouTube stream, my phone's dead, so. Hopefully all is still good. So Bryant's back out there for kickoff here. We'll see if he goes back on defense with that bum leg. They might elect to keep him from contact here with a 28-point lead in the fourth quarter. And there's the kick. And good deep kick there. That's going to get back to about the 5-yard line. And, ooh, again, didn't break down. Head down. And again, Kelly gets it close to the 30-yard line on kickoff return. All right, so Kelly's going to take over 1st and 10. Trailing by 28. Bryant Schwint not out there on defense. So right now our defensive backs, Devin Fly at cornerback, Aiden Meyer at cornerback, and Isaiah Balsler, the lone safety. As we got the 5-man line, and there they run the motion from the wingback position to the right, and then they try to follow it up with the running back, and nobody home for Kelly, as a good tackle there by Gabe Willett. Be 2nd down and 8. Under 10 minutes to play. There's a snap. We got a penalty on the side here. And that ball is thrown deep again. Has space. That's done. The tight end. Man-to-man coverage with Gabe Willett, the linebacker. That's a mismatch for Kelly. Had a chance to bring that down, but that play would have came back anyway, I believe. I think we got an illegal formation, possibly, on Kelly. Asking St. John if they want to decline and take the 3rd and 8, or if they want to accept the penalty and take a 2nd and 13. And Landon Thompson saying, "Don't ask me, ask Coach Pope." And that's what they're going to do. And the decision after the illegal formation call, they decide to decline that penalty, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 as opposed to the 2nd and 13. So Kelly comes out with twins to the right, along with a tight end. And they run it to the weak side. And that's Eftink. And he's going to be brought down by Balsler and Willett. But not before he gets a 1st down. So a good 1st down pickup, or a good 3rd down pickup there of about 13 yards as he gets 5 yards past the sticks. And it'll be a 1st down for Kelly as the clock continues to tick. It'll be about under 9 by the time this ball is snapped. Wing right formation, and there's that counter play again, and not this time. Nice play there. Anthony Bader getting some run on defense. And he gets there at the same time the ball gets there. And that wing back from the right side, that's number 5. That's Hunter Carlisle. Hasn't gotten much run tonight. And probably wishing he wouldn't have got that run either. Gets swallowed up there by Anthony Bader. So we got a tight end and a flanker to the right. Flanker comes in motion across the formation. There's the play fake. And again, that's Anthony Bader. They have not blocked him on 2 consecutive plays. And, you know, I'm not an expert. I spent a few years on the coaching staff, but you might want to try to block the guy that's closest to the ball. Shortest path between 2 points is a straight line, and Anthony Bader has pretty much had a straight line path to the ball the last 2 plays. Might be earning himself some time on the defensive side of the ball here in the next couple weeks as district play starts. So district play next week, it looks like based on what's happening tonight, and I don't have my phone. I'm assuming based on what I saw earlier tonight that Valley is beating Kennett. Kennett was the number 3 seed behind Park Hills and Valley. St. John the number 4 seed. If St. John wins this game and Valley wins their game, that would mean that St. John would take the 3 spot away from Kennett. Kennett would drop to 4, which would leave us playing the 6 seed in the opening round game next week, which should be the Dexter Bearcats. And that game would be home since we would be the higher of the 2 seeds. So that would leave us playing Dexter next week in week 10 as our opening round game in district play. The other game of note next week would then be Central, the number 2 seed, playing the number 7 seed, New Madrid. No, not New Madrid. Fredericktown. As Kelly scrambles around in the backfield and brought down maybe by the close to a horse collar, but they did not call a horse collar as Landon Thompson had a hold of him. And Kelly's going to be forced to punt here. So the winner of the Park Hills Central Fredericktown game would play the winner of the St. John Dexter game in the semifinal the following week. And then the other game in that district would be, as the punt's away and lands about the 40 and takes a sideways bounce right out of bounds at that point. But the other game in the district next week then would be Kennett playing Potosi, the 4-5 game. Potosi would have to travel down to Kennett. And then the winner of that game would play Valley, who has a bye as the number 1 seed in the district. So looking like the way district is going to stack up, semifinal round would probably be Valley versus Kennett, which is a rematch of tonight, but this time it would be at Valley instead of down in the Boot Heel. And then probably Central versus St. John, although Dexter's got some good young talent, so you don't want to look past them at all. But that's kind of how things appear. And there's a run up the middle by Butcher. He's going to get about 13 yards on that first down carry. as St. John looks to bleed clock here. Again, Butcher's such a welcome addition this year. He's a really, really solid kid. He's a team-first guy. He works hard. He wants to play. He's constantly got a smile on his face. He gets hit. He bounces right back up. You know, we've been really happy to have him, not just on the football field, but in the hallways at school. He's a great kid. And he gets it again, and now he's going to cut upfield, and he may – oh, it looked like he was going to break it. He got tugged at the waist and slowed him down just enough to let some other Kelly Hawk defenders catch up. But he gets down to the 20. He gets another 27-yard lines. And I know for sure he has that 1,000-yard mark now as he comes off the field to a big hug from Coach Pope. Said, don't go too far. You're not coming out of the game for good. So Isaiah Balsler now comes in at running back. Isaiah, undersized kid, but he's tough as nails, and he's going to spin and get ahead to about the 19-yard line. You know, some of these young kids, I know the coaches are looking ahead. They're obviously not looking past this game or not looking past this year, but as a staff, anytime you're developing a program, any chance you have to get some of these younger kids in with the first-team guys to see sort of what they can do and give them a taste of stuff, it's definitely beneficial to the program. Aiden snaps it with 2 on the game clock. Isaiah to the outside. He's inside. Oh, he fumbles. And he's going to turn the ball over. Nice run there by Isaiah, and he just didn't secure the ball. And Kelly's going to take over inside their own 10-yard line at the 8. 1st and 10. Opportunity there to get the running clock with a score as we were inside the red zone, but turnover negates that possibility. And again, the defensive line back there at the same time as the mesh on the handoff. And that's Aiden White that time to bring down for a BTL tackle. BTL behind the line. TFL, tackle for loss. I don't remember which one. Coach Pope and Coach Stolzer had different terminology for those two things, and I don't remember which one was which. But 5-man line for St. John as Kelly busted up off tackle. Good run there. Gets ahead for about 8 yards. But St. John will definitely concede that with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. Kelly's going to have to put the ball in the air if they're going to have any chance to mount any sort of comeback here, as they are still huddling up after every play, trying to pound the ball inside. There's the drop back and the throw to the flat. Jaden Reinhardt with the tackle, but big gain there for Kelly. Those are the types of gains you need to avoid in this situation. You got to make them earn it. Give up the short stuff, give up the stuff in front, but try to avoid those 15, 20-plus yard chunk plays. A lot of the St. John defensive starters and seniors are coming out of the game. Will Vaughn out of the game. He's had a good night tonight at defensive end. Tackle inside again by Aiden White. Jacob John's also there. Aiden White's had a good game at defensive tackle. big kid, but also pretty quick, is Aiden White, and he's only a junior, so he'll be back next year. So at the 40-yard line, Kelly has second down and 8. 2 backs in the backfield, split backs this time, and Landon Thompson, senior. We didn't have a chance to talk about him earlier because we got cut off with time, but Landon's turned himself into a really good defensive lineman. Very strong up front, able to handle those double teams when they come his way. He's got one of those motors that just doesn't seem to stop. He's always moving. He's always churning those legs. A lot of times those defensive linemen don't get in on all the tackles, but they allow the space for those linebackers to shoot gaps and to fill gaps. So defensive line play is critical to a good defense, and Landon's done a good job here in his senior season. And we'll pick up there. There's Landon Thompson where we left off. Jacob Johns, kind of the heart and soul of the team. He's actually number 21, not 27. But Jacob, middle linebacker, just always plays with energy. Anthony Bader, starting right tackle for this pretty much this entire season. Aiden Trollinger, big contributor in the defensive backfield this season, playing cornerback, played a lot on special teams. He's a good all-around kid, and he's very smart, able to tell people where they're supposed to go, what they're supposed to do, what their responsibilities are in any given situation. So Aiden's always a great guy to have around because of his personality, but also a really heady and a really good football player. And here's a snap, and again, somebody comes clean for St. John. And I didn't see the number there. Looks like a Wyatt Kemper. I believe 59. Comes off the end and just nobody blocking. We've seen several times. I don't know if Kelly's got some new offensive linemen in the game or what, but there's a lot of unblocked men in there this drive that we haven't necessarily seen the rest of the game. So Kelly lines up the punt, and they're going to kick it, and it's going to hit down at the 40. They're going to let it roll, and it's going to roll out of bounds about the 32-yard line of St. John. So with 2 minutes and 27 seconds left, St. John's JV here is going to come into this game. Seniors are going to take the rest of the night off on their senior night. They'll play one more time on their home field next week as a district game. And we'll bring that game to you. But again, with Misha rules, that may be a pay-per-view game. I don't know. With it being week 10, I think we can broadcast that first game, but we're gonna have to check the guidelines on that. And there's the run up the middle to Sawyer Bowman, the freshman. Gets a varsity carry here. Really neat young man. Happy to have him in class this year. Super kid. As Luke Ferrano's in at quarterback. Also have Luke. Very, very intelligent kid. Coach is very high on him and his football IQ. As he seems to be the heir apparent for Aiden next year. This time Luke takes off on the quarterback sweep, and he gets a first down as he shows some quickness there, and he is hit hard right at the sideline. He's going to get about 20 yards on that carry. So Ferrano's going to take a knee. And that's going to be enough to take us down to about the 1 minute mark. So we'll have to do that 2 more times. And that is going to, yep, we're going to have to do it one more time with 5 seconds left on the play clock. Just a reminder that Monday at Park Hills will be the semifinal volleyball game of district. Tuesday, we're going to try to bring that game to you from Park Hills. It'll be on Misha TV. We'll push that information out for you, as now they're going to say, don't worry about snapping the ball, call it done. And then Friday, we'll try to bring this game to you, hopefully on YouTube. But check the St. John High School Facebook pages, the Spirit page, Instagram page. We will have as much information for you as we can as that stuff starts getting pushed out for Misha. And then once we find out what we can do for Misha, then we will bring that information your way. So 42-14 is the final score here tonight as St. John ends their regular season at 7-2, and they look ahead to district play next week, where they'll probably meet up with Dexter according to what we think is going to happen with the Misha district standings. And that game will be at home, so come on out to Dragon Stadium and we'll let you know what we can do with that as far as who's going to be able to broadcast and whether or not it's going to be free or pay-per-view. So have a good night. Thank you for watching.